Hello, I'm Mike Cora. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Sonic Jam for the Sega Saturn. And today we are going to take on Sonic 1's extra game modes, Time Attack and Special Stage. Now, as I said previously, Time Attack is based on the game's normal difficulty setting, and you can only unlock these acts by clearing them during the main campaign, or by beating the game outright. So, these are all the times we need to beat in order to complete all of Sonic 1's Time Attack modes. So, without further ado, let's begin with Green Hill Zone. This took a ton of work to put together, by the way, so be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I usually save that for the very end, but I mean it this time. Oh yeah, I'm not making any use of the spin dash feature here. It's still a bit unnatural for me to use while playing Sonic 1. But I got it in 30 seconds. Lost a bit of time in the in-game, but in real life, it's no big deal. 30 seconds, 3 milliseconds, that's fine. So really, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about special stages of the Time Attack modes. They don't matter, and they won't spawn in. That's how you know that you're playing this on normal difficulty. There should be those fish bandits up there that will ambush you if you're not careful. And they ain't there anymore. And of course that bridge. Even though this doesn't matter, I'm still hunting for him. Alright, there it is. And that's another time down. 26:34. I think it's worth it. I do like, though, that Sega at least took into consideration the fact that a lot of casuals would be playing this game. So the times are pretty generous for all the casuals who got the game and want to beat those times. Oh, so I realized, oh yeah, I have a spin dash. Alright, clear that boss, split. See, I don't think Sega intended fully that everyone who gets the game would get a time this high. So they actually make a little balance where, okay, if you're not super diehard expert Sonic, we'll give you some leeway to crush these times. But for all the more serious players, yeah, you're taking them seriously. Now, one of the reasons why I don't spin dash that much, other than the fact that it's not natural for a playthrough of Sonic 1 to have it, it wasn't added in until Sonic 2. It's the fact that Sonic 1 has a speed cap. It's pretty much impossible to get any traction past that speed cap. Also, those spikes weren't coming out of the wall on normal because that too is probably seen as a difficulty spike. Clear that. This bar is a bit trolly, and we don't need to use the secret passage, but we do have to wait for this. No bats, because normal as opposed to original. And we already got all 5 of them, okay. Took a little while longer than I would have liked. Maybe it's possible to get sub 1 minute without glitching. And by the way, I'm not taking advantage of any glitches to try to speedrun these stages. Because that's generally against the spirit of a perfect playthrough. Now, I do think accidental inclusions of these techniques is allowed, and ooh, I passed that. Lick of time. Well, this is where I will make use of the spin dash feature. I don't have to wait. We're cutting it really close. Ooh. I'm really rocking this stage. And I just have to get there quickly as possible. How the hell did that happen? That was a bit concerning because normally those spikes are bugged, and if you try touching it, even with the invincibility, it raised up, it's an instant death. But apparently they patched that out of the Saturn version. And now for Marble Zone 3, and clearly the developers thought this would take quite a while for beta players because the time to beat is 5 minutes. That's insane. And that's called a damage event. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for this bit. There's no other way around it. We can't get to the higher levels on our own. We actually need to wait for the lava plume to set us up. Remember, it's normal difficulty, so face the right, and we can lay on that block. That block would not be there if you were playing this on original difficulty. Don't care about the extra life because, well, the game takes them all away from you once you complete the stage. And there are no spikes here because normal difficulty setting. That was close. Now I'm gonna damage sponge this bit so I can kill Eggman as quickly as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take the hit. And that's that. Minute 40. 100 seconds. 100 seconds and change, plus some change. So yeah, I'm absolutely demolishing these times. Okay, I'm not a professional speedrunner, but I definitely fancy myself as a pretty good Sonic player, all things considered. Alright, Spring R1. There are some cheesy strats there, and these aren't glitches or sequence breaks. Because you could still run across the ceiling, it does count. It doesn't count as a sequence break if you could run across the ceiling. Oh, got it. Nick of time. Not that it matters because, well, our score gets reset to 0. But now it's minute 30, so now it's like, okay, you're expected to beat this a little faster than Act 1. This is kind of scary because of those blue pill badniks. Alright, got it. Some top quality movement across the stage. You don't always want to damage sponge. You should only do it if it gets you where you need to go a little faster. And 330, clearly I do. Now, honestly, based on these assessments, I would not be surprised if Sega had very little faith that people could make it past Dr. Eggman quickly. To be fair, a lot of these also have secret passages that the uninitiated might not know about. This is the only tedious waiting, but this is the only time you have to wait in this stage. Well, this in the next part. Wait, never mind, I think it is bad. Sorry, I just looked on my radar. I'm gonna have the invincibility make beating the boss super easy. Yeah, it is a bit interesting that this video is just slightly longer than my normal playthrough of this game on normal difficulty, even though now I'm speedrunning. But to be fair, the time attack video does not have these segues that you see all spliced all throughout, or the load times that come with Labyrinth Zone. Obviously, this is another thing where Sega also does not anticipate that the casual players would know about these shortcuts. takes is a bit of momentum to make up over those spikes. Trying to jump over this wall is kind of buggy because the game will very often not have Sonic curl up into the ball, and that leaves you vulnerable. So that part was a bit trolling, but I got it. I'm gonna find the sword tags. Went the entire route, yes, Act 1 would take a lot longer to complete. Act 2, well, there really aren't any shortcuts we can take advantage of, unless we want to glitch the game. However, spin dashing is very, very trolly in this stage. Faster just grabbing this thing than chancing it without it. So, they're guarding it because normal difficulty setting. Takes it out. Yeah, this is the only time where some of these tags are off screen. I'm not sure why. Midnight? Almost a minute 10, so fast. And 5 minutes. It would probably take like 3 minutes for a good player to go through this stage if they just take the intended route to get it done. They're not taking that route. I'm also foregoing rings. This is gonna be really make this level extremely dangerous. And no spears on the left side because normal versus original. All-time attack stages are based on the game's normal difficulty setting, not original. Yeah, I had to wait for the bubble because I did not have enough time to actually make it to the end. Yeah, I tried, I could not get it to work. Something up here. Baby kill him. So this is something new I'm gonna try, and that's kill the boss, which I almost never do. Got him. I almost never kill the boss, and I did with 0 rings. Meaning I couldn't even I couldn't even damage spawn. Take a hit without losing time because I would die. So maybe if I wasn't gunning to kill it, I could have finished that time a little faster. Now Starlight stages, you are expected to clear super quickly, that's why the times are down low again. Careful here. Don't go into spin into Ash until you make it past that. I'm commenting, it's because there are some hack YouTubers that will try copyrighting music from this game with their shitty ass remixes. The whole purpose to remix these tracks is literally to abuse the copyright system. That's alright, all I have to do is, I record these videos 30 days in advance because I don't want these these abusers of the copyright systems to be exploiting music they do not own just because it's copyrighted material in order to make a little bit of money. And honestly, yes, this technically should be treated as a sequence break, me going through the walls, but really if they program the top of the walls to have a ceiling, to have a floor that you can run across, like they did in Spring Yard, that wouldn't happen. Probably means I finish the stage a little faster, in fact. Oh, really, it's on Sega for not programming the collision detection there. Yeah, I remember that platform. So I took the upper route to grab the invincibility because I knew I would save time. Now, I will be taking the upper route because it's a little faster and safer. I don't want to deal with those bombs. I might be able to do this stage a little faster, taking on the boss and whatnot, but oh well, I'm kind of satisfied. You get in a rhythm, best not to interrupt it. Scrap Rain, it's kind of interesting that they expect you to clear Act 1 super fast, but not Act 2, or Act 3 for that matter. And Act 3 has the potential of being the shortest act of the game, but yeah, if you took the entire route, it would take forever to finish. And the ending is super trolly. The switch. Luckily they took out those flamethrowers, so you're not going to be deactivated. We got all the tags. It's kind of funny, you have the tags, but the giant ring will never appear over Scrap Rain 1 for some reason. 5 minutes to clear Act 2. Why does it take this long? I guess you could take a really bad route, but this top route here is super consistent. Damage sponge. This route. I didn't bother jumping around because I knew we would go through this cutscene or not. There are some differences that by and large the cutscenes get cut unless they are needed to close out the level. 1 minute, yeah, the game definitely, now the game expects you to take this shortcut here to the end of the level. Because there is no other way outside of cheating that you can get a sub 1 minute level by playing through it. Sub 1 minute scrap ring 3 while playing through the level the intended way. Not possible. Then final zone, which is 2 minutes. And clearly, this is the only one where even a hardcore Sonic fan might not get if they are really unlucky. Because you basically need to intercept Eggman at the first opportunity just about every time. There is a little wriggle room here and there, but you can't see this animation play out too many times. That costs a ton of time. A ton of seconds. So this is the only one that might be pretty difficult to get good time on. So far, I'm fortunate that I am just find myself between 2 pistons every time, as opposed to the 2 middle ones, where I have to make a choice. So I'm getting really good RNG against the egg pistons, all things considered. Yeah, not a single time the 2 pistons appear in the middle. So really, really good luck here. And it's nearly world record pace. At 1493. I don't know if there's a way to get a faster time on this. But that's all that is all of Sonic 1's time trial stuff. Just showing off the full body of work there. And now we are gonna take on special stage. All you have to do is collect the Chaos Emeralds in succession. And you will be recognized based on the number of Chaos Emeralds you've actually obtained. Not quite sure what happens if you lose a Chaos Emerald. Does it keep going after that until you played all the special stages, or if it stops? Let me know in the comments. Because I'm a little too good at these special stages to fail. A bit of trivia is that all the special stages are also based on the game's easy difficulty setting. Though because this is Sonic 1, there really is no difference between Sonic 1 special stages on easy, normal, or original. At least none that I was able to spot. Because there doesn't appear to be any layout changes or anything What is it? What's the difference? So... that was weird. I thought it would be able to hit the rotate button, but nope. This isn't the fastest. That's another reason why this video is long. Some of these special stages took a little longer for me than I would have liked. Also, the continue jingle is deactivated here because there are no continues or extra lives here. It is a bit inconsistent, though, across the special stages. Like, Sonic 3, for example, still has, and Sonic and Knuckles still have them. And yes, in the case of the extra modes, the game treats Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles as different. Which is fine by me. So just one more special stage and we will be done for the day. And we will be done with Sonic 1 and won't have to revisit this game again. Yeah, I do enjoy this game and all that, and I actually play this game a lot more than I would care to admit, even though it's not my favorite of the Genesis era Sonic titles. But I got all the Chaos Emeralds, got them all fairly quickly, I'm sad. And you get the silly animation here. So cool. So now that we are completely done with Sonic 1, it's time to move on to Sonic 2. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all the way, this is Mike Gordon, sign out.